Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today I'm gonna be playing with kind of a WD team, except it's a stress WD, except instead of having a bounty hunter I have a man-at-arms. So it is definitely a very cool team that I've got going here, and what gave you the inspiration to play this team, Shep? Well, this is actually something that someone was using in the last tournament. Someone called Kainsworth was just bringing a team kind of like this, a really unique playstyle. I don't see anyone doing this at all, honestly. It looks like a very protection heavy team. That's definitely what it's trying to do here. So I will say already right off the bat, we will have a difficult match, but hopefully we can kind of sustain here. I just realized I'm playing this team completely wrong. I'm so sorry to Kainsworth. He doesn't bring stress trinkets on the Crusader, he brings double stun. I just completely realized I am doing this insane amounts of wrong, but I guess, yeah, I think that my instincts when I see Stress Crusader is to bring Writ of Execution, Pit Fighter's Helm, just bring Zealous Accusation, Bulwark of Light, so you know, these two trinkets and these two abilities, but yeah, he actually runs double stun on the Crusader. I think he still has Wrencher's Cloak on the ABOM, but definitely one stun trinket, and he just tries to use two stuns while applying Bellows and having a support R+, so that's usually what he tries to do, but here I have a completely different setup, but I'm hoping that it still works. I am hoping for it. I would go for Bulwark of Light here, but actually it might help. Like, this sounds odd, but it might help. Oh, but my command buff. I hate doing this. I hate doing this. I'm so silly. I go for the slam, and then I drop a command buff, like I usually would on Shift Stress, right? But then I realize that I need to use a Bulwark of Light with my Crusader. This happens literally every single time I play, Stress Crusader with the man-at-arms. It's actually unbelievable how often this happens. But now I'm just gonna go for the Suppressing Fire and try to get a debuff for 2, but unfortunately we get neither of the debuffs, so yeah, I think I'll just have to chill this. So I will say this match would have been going much better if I had gotten the slam on that Flatulent, because after the slam I just get to act here, they transform, go for the V-Smile. The Flatulent wouldn't have been able to drop his Rain of Stars round 1, and now I can just drop this and do a double crit. That's very helpful. 33 stress on each of them. How the hell is that possible? Else usually does 14 stress. With a crit it would be doing 24, but they're taking a little bit more stress, and I guess they stressed each other out because the crit. That's crazy that we do 33 stress total. That's pretty much Panicked Arts level, except it was doubled with a V-Smile, so it has a Repulse on top. That's actually crazy. That is nutty how much value we got from that. So now I have a bit of a decision. Either I go for the Zealous, either I apply a command buff to go for Zealous, or I start spamming Bellow debuffs now. And I will start spamming the Bellow debuffs here, because the debuffs are going to be useful overall, just to slightly reduce the damage, and they're going to be useful later on against the Antiquarian. That's why I dropped the Bulwark of Light. If all my characters have protection, and she goes like Fearful, or if she gets like 2 Bellow debuffs on her and Fearful, or if she's at the store, her Festering Vapors are never gonna get the kill. So that is exactly what I'm gonna be going for here. I'm very familiar with this matchup, and although it is a rough matchup for the DOT team, it is still winnable. It is definitely still winnable. So right now I have a few decisions to make. I think I'm just gonna go for the Zealous here. Yeah, just go for the Zealous, hopefully get an Affliction. It shouldn't be enough stress, but it is close, and with the Horror it will actually be enough. So that is very helpful for me. And what does he get? It would be nice to have an irrational act out finale immediately. That would be really fun. Paranoid can also do it, so let's see. Do remember to hydrate. Sometimes your worst enemies are your friends. That's just a little bit of stress. Okay. Sadly, we don't get the funny moment just yet, but getting Paranoid on the Jester is also pretty good. Gives him minus 25% damage, so I'll take it. It also gives him 10 dodge, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I guess I just have to live with it. I can keep going aggressive here and I guess accomplishing a little bit. Yeah, let's just do this for now. Let's just do this. I would heal here, but I don't really want to be going for preemptive heals. I know there's a Jester, right? So dealing with the Jester would be with preemptive heals, but I don't want to do that just yet. I think I'm fine for now. I'm gonna go Fetching Vapors into the Repulse. Into a Repulse, and I mean, this is a Repulse with Spiked Chain and the crit, so it's going to really hurt if it does land on your opponent's side. So I'll be dropping quite some HP here, but yeah, health pool of 45 really is quite good. I go for the 68% hit chance, not quite enough for the funny number, but thankfully I do still get it, and that is 40 stress on the Jester. Yeah, he's really not enjoying this. I've done so much stress to this team actually. If I were playing the double stun team, I think I would actually be doing a little bit worse. I would have been able to stun these characters, especially with the command buff, so I would have been able to kind of paralyze them, which would have been wonderful. But I still don't know. I still think this is actually doing just a touch better. So if I click the Man at Arms here, I will leave myself open to Finale, but that will be a trade of characters for a Man at Arms, which isn't the end of the world. You go for the Exsanguinate. They fail to bleed on my Abomination, which is absolutely huge. And now I have a few options. Yeah, I do have a few options. Option number 1, sacrifice the Man at Arms, go for a Bellow. Leave him open to a Finale. That's option number 1. Option number 2, just, I guess, how much damage am I taking? 10, 11, no, I'm fine. Either that or go for the suppressing fire here, get an affliction going, maybe a little bit extra stress, it could be nice. Yeah, that could be nice actually. 11 HP really isn't very much, is it? No, it's not very much. Oh, I whipped the 76. Why do I even use command buffs? No, he only does straight onto one character, you gotta be kidding me. That is actually so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. There's no older way he does enough damage here. He's at this door, he's paranoid, I have an Arbus with 40 prot. Of course, the Man-at-Arms only has, you know, a less amount of prot. Nah, she went hopeless. That's actually completely fine for her. Oh, that's so unfortunate, actually. Do I need another command buff here? Maybe, but I need to do stress now if I want to win this. Yeah, I need to do stress now, and I need to apply a Bellow debuff on that anti-Quarian. So at minus 40% damage, I highly doubt she doesn't get a death blow here, or at least a death sword check. She'll still have to deal with her past, unless my opponent goes for their Shieldbreaker turn first, which they do. If they drop a puncture here, that means they're gonna drop the Finale for sure. They go for the expose and get the 25. What is this? What is this game? What are you doing to me? This is so unfortunate. Okay. There's a few things I can do now. One of the things I want to do is actually just drop the Beast Spell here. It's doing a crazy amount of stress because of the debuff from the Arbalist. So that's going to be very helpful here, and it's also making it so if she wants to go Festering Vapor, she's going to have to eat Repulse from it, and it's still Repulse with crit. Shep, how is it still Repulse with crit? Because I got it on the Repulse, and because I got it on the Repulse, it lasts for way the hell longer, which means, I mean, it lasts for an extra turn, right? Because when you get a crit with your own action, what happens is, like, you go for your action, you get the crit slam, you get 2 rounds of buff, but by the moment you end your action, 1 round of your buff will already be gone, but if you get it on the Repulse, it will actually work perfectly. Now, one thing that doesn't work perfectly is the amount of dodge this Jester has compared to the amount of accuracy I have. I have an extra 30 accuracy here, so this is a 90 hit chance, but it doesn't apply Horror. This is an 80 hit chance, but it applies Horror, so I'm gonna be going for it. And I guess I didn't need the Horror after all, because I just get the death blow regardless. Okay, that's pretty cool. He's already used 1 Exsanguinate, because now this becomes a fight of the Flagellants. Even though the DOT team has been completely destroyed here, just demolished, the problem now is the fact that I still have to deal with the Flagellant, and the second problem is the fact that I have to deal with the Shieldbreaker, and my Man-at-Arms is already long gone, because he died to the 25% death blow, meaning that now I no longer have the command buffs to give myself accuracy. One thing I do have though is heals, and heals are very, very good. Now here's the thing, if I go for the Zealous Accusation, they can punish my Crusader, then I'll be at the point where I have 2 guys at death's door. That's bad, you don't want to have 2 characters at death's door. But I don't think I have much of a choice here, because if I heal myself, they punish the Crusader, then I heal again, and then I start getting afflictions, and this just gets worse. So I'm just going to do this, and maybe hope that they misplay. Maybe hope that they misplay or something, but they definitely have a potential death blow here. Thankfully they don't have any more finishing characters, so that won't be too bad. They go for a punish, sadly they do enough damage. I mean, I was hoping that with the ability wasn't 55 prot, maybe I would have lived. You know, there was a slight chance that would have happened, you know, ever so slight. That now I have a bit of a choice, do I heal the Crusader or do I heal the Arbalist? I feel the Crusader is a much more valuable character. Sadly, it's not enough. He's taken too much DOT. Did she drop another kiss on him earlier? She must have, right? Yeah, she must have. This is going to be a puncture turn. Let's hope it doesn't get to 25 again. That would be really unfortunate. So, here comes the 25. Does she get it? It's not a... wow, that's interesting. Goes for the expose instead of the puncture. Gets the debuff on me and gets the crit as well, meaning that I go afflicted, so I go selfish. Surely selfish won't move me forward, right? Surely selfish won't do that extremely funny act out where for some uncanny reason it decides to move your character forward. But yeah, thankfully that doesn't happen, and I will be okay-ish for now. Okay-ish, I shall say. So the Flagellum drops to 14 HP, meaning that he's gonna get his crit buff, but... oh, I want to go for it. What do you want to go for, Shep? Rage, death blow. That's what I want to do. But it's honestly not the play here, I don't think. Oh, I can't sell a cider. I can't do anything. This match, I can't do anything. Now here's what I have to do. It looks odd. It looks terrible, actually. It looks absolutely atrocious. But I have to de-transform, move back so I can kill the shield breaker with the piles, and then once the Crusader drops a Death Star, he's gonna go afflicted, which might be a disaster, but I'm hoping that it isn't, and the heal can just sort of benefit me here. My opponent did not get a lot of Actals. It would be insane if I, the stress team, got more and worse Actals than my opponent did. That would be absolutely horrid. One thing that did happen though is that the Jester refused to redeem, so that was one of the things that happened. I think he went for an Exsanguinate into an Abomination, like trying to drop to this one and heal the Jester, but yeah, it didn't work out too well in the end. 65 move rest, that shouldn't work. Thankfully it doesn't. I was expecting it to work, honestly, because when I say something shouldn't work, it works. But I guess not today, not today. Fate sees things differently, and I get to just drop a heal here, and I should be out of that star. Yes, I am. They can just drop a punish, but if they drop a punish here, they leave themselves very open to a Zealous, but if I try to go for the Zealous, there's still so much DOT on me. Adder's Kiss is such a broken ability. Adder's Kiss and Festering Vapors are so broken. He goes for the punish, the correct action. Okay, I see how it is, I see how it is. I could go for the Death Blow now if I want to. Let's see how much damage the Zealous do. Okay, I can live with that, can I? Ah, Jesus, he's gonna go afflicted from that. The stress is good. The stress feels great, but it's honestly not worthwhile getting two characters at this store and an affliction at the same time, so let's just do this and take it from there. Yeah, this is just overall better. My opponent surrenders. What is wrong with my opponents? Please stop surrendering before the match is through. It wasn't over yet. It's never over. It is never over. You have a power couple and you surrender at the end of the match. I don't get it. Why are people so trigger happy on that white flag when they see me? And now 9245 just says no justice. That's actually hilarious. But now I'm going to be playing this team as it should be played, and we'll see how good it is. Alright, and here we go, straight into match number 2, this time against Nani's Kalashnikov team, so this is a very cool team that we're playing against. And this time I do have the correct Crusader. I have Crusader with double stun trinkets, so I'm gonna be going for that as soon as I can. Now, before that happens, I do still have the same setup on the Abomination, because this is a strength team at the end of the day. So I don't think bringing 2 stun trinkets on the Abomination is really that good of a play, especially considering when Beast Smile is just overall better. It's just that the Crusader that just has the sort of stun control that makes this team really, really unique. And while in the previous match we didn't see it, we still saw just how sturdy this team can be with the combination of all the characters, because the Abomination, having these 3 characters for support is really difficult to kill, which is what you want, because then you get to transform with him twice, you get to use Ruby Spiles, and overall he can be a very good character if things like that happen. So they're gonna... Oh my god, okay, I see how this match is gonna go. I see how it is. Now, the reason that's completely unfair is because... Here's the thing, if you use your Abomination turn 1, the reason that's so good is because you get a move resistance buff on Transform, and if you have a move resistance buff on the Transform, you aren't too likely to get pushed. It's not even a good idea to go for a push on him. It would be a much better idea to go for a push on the Crusader there. I mean, arguably, a Holy Lance would really hurt his squishy quote-unquote backline, but still, really unfortunate. My opponent just gets to do that. Yeah, really unfortunate, but I guess I can't do too much about it. So right now, I'm just gonna go for a stun here onto this doggy, make sure that he doesn't get his action off, because that would be really bad for me. And then after this, I think I'm actually gonna be going for a bola. It's not amazing, but it would potentially get a few knockbacks here. Hopefully not on the Abomination, because, you know, he has move resistance as well. And yeah, we get a knockback on the doggy, which is just fine, because now I can stun the Occultist, which is a really nice target for stuns, because he only has 29 HP. You're gonna go for the Demon's Pull. They have 2 move chance trinkets. Oh, why do you do this to me? 2 move chance trinkets, not 1 but 2. Yeah, that is the fun way. I'm gonna go for the stun now, and this Crusader is doing wonderful. Like, look at the stuns he's getting. This is awesome. He's put both these characters to 18 HP. They're gonna go for a stun on my Arbalest now, but I do have Exotic Snuff, so if I fail the pull, if I fail the move resistance, then I'll get the stun resistance, right? I mean, that's how it works, right? That is how it should work. They're going for it. They're looking at it. The wiser move would be to just stun the Crusader, and that is what they go for. They end up going for a stun the Crusader, so respect to that. Now look at this. This Abomination with Class of the Beast goes for the chancy move, goes for the chancy stun, gets both of them, and just leaves. Yeah, this is so unfair. Just Giga Chat Abomination doesn't care about trinkets, just brings Class of the Beast and enjoys his life. Yeah, how unfortunate is that for someone like me? How unfortunate is that? Well, I'm just going to move back twice with the Arbalest now, and just, I could go for a guard. I could just guard my Arbalest kind of permanently, but I generally don't think that's a good idea, because if I had a Protector's Kite, maybe it would be a bit more doable. But no Protector's Kite, I don't think there's any way I'm ever gonna do that, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna hope that the move resistance works, and I'm gonna try to abuse this Occultist between stuns and the V-Spiles here. So we get it. Oh, that's huge. Getting a crit there on the Repulse means that we're gonna have a massive damage bonus now. Just like last match, now we have plus 65% damage on the Repulse, which is countering the minus 80% damage it has here, because these buffs and debuffs are additive, not multiplicative, meaning that they just kind of counter each other instead of being applied at the very end, like the Hound's Harry minus 80% damage mod. So right now I can either go for a bolster, which is a wonderful idea, or I could go for a bell, which is a good idea. Oh, I could also go for a guard, which... What's the move chance on this? 140? It's a 60 to pull. Nah, it's worth the bolster. I think this is a bolster turn. Make them have to keep using those command buffs instead of using those bellows. Yeah, they do have 2 stress trinkets there. Make them keep having to do that, and also make them have a little bit less stressed out against my side. Bolster is honestly just a really nice thing to have. Kind of surprising they haven't gone for it yet. But, you know, such is the way with the Butcher's Circus. Right now I can either go for a bellow debuff of my own, or I can just go for a flare here. The problem with a flare is that after the flare happens, they just go for a pull on my Arbalest, and it's kind of likely to work. You know what, this looks terrible, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm probably not going to win this through stress, at least not this early skirmish that we have going here with the Occultist. So I'm going to guard, make sure that the pull doesn't happen. Do they move forward here? That would be a very wise move, but no, they go for the bow. I mean, my opponent's playing Kalashnikov stress. The whole idea behind that team is do stress. Stress is your win condition. There is nothing else to worry about. All you need to do is click the stress button, click the funny stress button, and you will enjoy yourself. Yeah, that is what the enjoyers of this team usually go for. So right now I can go for potentially a double stun on the Occultist. I can also go for something else, but we'll see what happens here. They might just be waiting on their Occultist turn, basically to make sure that they keep the stun resistance. It likely won't work, but likely... Whoa! Crit 19 Repulsed! Crit 19 Repulsed! You are kidding me, man! You are kidding me! That has to be the biggest Repulse I've ever hit. Wow! That feels good. That feels good to hit, doesn't it? You know what? I have to take the risk. I have to take the risk. Come on. Give me focus or something. Give me courageous! And I get... Oh my god, that's the worst. Oh my god, bro. Ain't no way. Oh my god, bro. What a... Oh, no. Okay, why did I click the Crusader there? If I click the Crusader and go for a stun on the Occultist, he drops to this door, he can't go for his action, and I get the potential double bile death blow. Just massive move there, massive power move, which sadly fails completely because this dumbass couldn't keep his act together for half a second. So yeah, now I have to deal with this stealth character. Thankfully, for me, I do have a flare, which doesn't have a miss chance anymore because he went abusive, so thankfully there's that. If they try to go for a stun on me, I just get massive flare value, so I might be able to get that off sometime soon here. I'm gonna go for the rake, the Glass of the Beast value, and I just, she was eating so much, she was gonna just sacrifice so much stress because of being close to the affliction, but now it just doesn't happen. I hate it so much. I hate it. But yeah, right now I think my best move is just to go for the potential death blow here. It's a 25 and it's also really good because of the debuff. Okay, she doesn't move forward, thank you, and I'm just gonna do this. I get a crit on the wrong character, I think. Or did I get a crit on both of them? I don't think so. I think I would have dealt more stress then. Yeah, probably would have dealt a bit more stress, but he stays alive, goes for the bellow. That is a crazy move. Considering that I still have Beast Vial here available to me, that is a really wacky move. So I will be going for the Beast Vial. There's really no better move apart from maybe stunning the Occultist, or maybe just stunning the Abomination here. Yeah, stunning the Abomination feels quite good, I'll be honest. Yeah, let's stun the Abomination, If he dies to the Repulse, he doesn't do stress with his Hound Series, so I think this is still the best move. Let's stun the Abomination, make sure he doesn't get his action for a bit. Sadly, we didn't get the Virtue chance from the Sacred Blade, by the way. That would have been absolutely huge. Really nice to have a stress team that gives itself a Virtue chance. He goes Abusive, that is a lot of stress from Abusive. He goes Hound Series, Commander Pulse to get him. Oh, how much stress is that? 16, 12, and my opponent surrenders again. And this team stands strong. It's just that it's so sturdy, it's so difficult to break through, and these matchups were horrid. You do not want to play against COT teams. You do not want to play against stress teams with this. What you want to play into is into the damage teams, because into the damage teams you have this support Arbalist, which just works wonderfully. You have this Man-at-Arms that's going to be applying bell debuffs and can't really be stunned too reliably. And you just have this Crusader, which I guess is going to be acting as a Crusader to stun and all that. And he can always drop the Blood of Flight, and he's going to have the heals with Rally to the Flame. So you can bring him as either a Stress Crusader, or I guess you can bring him as the Stun Crusader, whichever one you like the most. And of course you have the Abomination here, which is kind of like the damage deal of the team, so the other three characters should try to keep them alive, at least until both transformations, right? So anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers!